This is Talking Bullish, your Bradford Bulls fan podcast. And we're your hosts, Laura Micklefield and Alan Raisin.
Super League was well and truly back at Osdal this week as we welcomed the Catalan Dragons. So we'll have a look through that match. We'll have a look at some Bulls news and look forward to Toulouse ahead.
Yes, lots to talk about this week. So, first of all, welcome, Laura.
Welcome, Alan.
It was a busy night in Osdal on Friday night, wasn't it?
It definitely was. Very, very busy. We didn't start the match in the best of moods, did we, Alan?
No,
if we're
really.
honest. I've got like a parking pass and they were telling me it were full. So I was not too happy. And I
drove, and then I sat in traffic for probably an hour, got to the front of the queue and then was told, no, there's no more space. So I wasn't happy. And our seats had changed, hadn't they, that we weren't expecting?
Yeah. So it's been it was a bit of a, I suppose we were a bit grumpy when we got into the into the stadium because especially like with you, they'd obviously advertised to park at Richard Dunn, but there were a fun fair on, obviously anyone who went will know. So I think a lot of the parking for that had taken up a lot of the space. So by the time you got there, it was like, no, you can't go in. And then when I was getting turned away, which was after Alan had tried to get in there, they were saying, go and park at Richard Dunn. And I'm like, I can't. They've been pulled away. But I did end up getting in the car park D in the end. So all's well that ends well. Because he said to me, well, where are you sat? And I'm like, I'm sat in the stand anyway. So he's like, you can just park down there then. So the Sky vans seem to be taking over the car park B. But so we were a little bit grumpy. And I remember Alan sat down after getting there probably about 10, 15 minutes after we got there, a bit grumpy, and said, it better be a good match for all this.
Yeah.
and it was.
Thankfully, I wasn't disappointed. I thought, I have to say, the first few minutes, I thought Catalan started with lots of energy.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like we know that teams are going to come out firing, and I just think we're really good how the Bulls handled it. I did think that, like you've said, the first few minutes it seemed like they were kind of making more meters, getting the advantage, but we seemed to quell that pretty quickly. And get back into things. And in fairness, like the whole the squad and stuff when it first came out was a bit like, there's obviously no keys. And I think he'd suffered a back injury. And obviously we knew Nicarima was already out. So like Hooley slotted into the halves and he's only played there once or twice before. And obviously Wynn is on the wing because of the Ockenbaugh injury. And obviously Dan Russell was out as well because of his long-term injury, but that gave a chance to Paposhi to come in. And I have to say, like, all three that came in, I think performed like brilliant. I thought it was great. So I think me being pessimistic anyway and thinking obviously we were going to lose the match and how it was going to go, then when I saw the squad and thought, we're kind of missing quite a few players here, just really credit to him because it was an absolutely fantastic match. But just whilst we're on that, like, credit to like the Bulls in general and everyone to do with it, all the volunteers and obviously the board of directors and like everybody, because they have made improvements. You could definitely tell.
Looking really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was looking smart. Like, I know people say, you put a bit of paint on it and make it better, but no, it did look good. The new signage about obviously the pitch with the corners on, and just the atmosphere. And I mean, I know we were moody about obviously the the parking situation and the fact that we were in traffic for an hour, but it was really good to see Osdal busy. It was brilliant. It's like it's not felt like that in a fair while. I mean, it felt quite busy for the Leeds match in the Challenge Cup, but in fairness, that felt busier, even though there weren't as many fans there.
It was 8 shy of 10,000 people, wasn't it?
Yeah, so, brilliant.
A massive turnout, which is really good.
But that's really good to say it was Catalan Dragons we were playing, because obviously if it was Leeds or Cass or Hull FC or Hull KR, and well, plenty of other teams, Wigan, I suppose, the amount of away support that had been brought as well, I think it had away tipped over that amount. So to get 10,000 when it was primarily all home crowd was absolutely brilliant. So Yeah, really, really enjoyed it. So let's have a little run through of the match then, shall we, Alan? See what happened?
Yeah, so like I say, I thought the Dragons started really strongly with energy, but it actually was the Bulls that scored first with Mella keeping the ball alive with an offload to Ackers, and then who powered under the posts. It was a brilliant, starting try.
Yeah, great to see the offloads and the ball being kept alive, and just obviously that extra play to get over the line and stuff as well. It was great. So yeah, 6-0 up at this point. I thought, yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it.
And now I think Kirk Haggerty has been listening to the old pod, because
absolutely,
yeah, we had a penalty chance for 2. 16
minutes in, penalty for offside. It was kickable. They take the 2. They've listened to me, Alan.
Yeah,
they've thought, look what happened. I listened to Laura. I thought, I'll take her coaching technique. Let's take the points on offer. So yeah, they took the 2, and then I thought, look, even 22 minutes in, another high shot. It's kickable. So what do? We take the 2 again. So I was very impressed. I thought, yeah, he's been listening to my. He maybe got hold of my playbook, but no. In fairness, it was good. Like, take the points on offer, and obviously, it was 22 minutes in at that point after 2 penalties. We're 10-0 up.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better start, really. And then 26 minutes in, the Dragons think they're over the try line, but brilliant defence, keep them out, and they are held up. But that was, I went to the video ref to for a long analysis.
To confirm, yeah. I mean, it was taking forever, wasn't it? It was just, I mean, it is good. Obviously, you get to see the replays now, so we're looking at the screen. But then when we're looking, you're like, you've looked at it's the same thing like 10 times. I think even the
Catalan coach was complaining how long it took.
It's like, just make your decision. Like, you look at it a couple of times, there were a couple of angles, and you make your decision. I mean, it's already decided on the field anyway, although obviously it can be overruled now. But it's just like, just make your decision. I mean, in fairness, when I saw it, I thought it would a try, and obviously they gave it as no try, which was good for us. Yeah. But I just think you don't need that long to decide. But anyway, so close call, but it was given as no try. So massive credit to Bulls' defence there. And then we ended up with another penalty on 31 minutes, again in front of the post. So we kick it again. So brilliant.
Score.
Yeah. Yeah. So 12-0 up at this point, obviously making it a 2-score game. So the penalties paid off.
Then 32 minutes in, and there's a beautiful dummy from Aitken as he feeds Wacker, who then goes and dots it down.
Yeah, Mills converts that as well, so it makes it 18-0. That one's actually up for try of the week. So obviously, if you've got your hourly gap, get on there and get voting for it. I went on earlier to vote for it. I think it was actually winning as well this week. Nice. So obviously, that was earlier when I looked. So not sure if it is now, but yeah, if you've got the hourly gap, get on there and give it a vote, because it's always nice to see the Bulls winning things.
Yeah, so it was 18-0 at this point. Absolutely unbelievable.
I know, I think we were all a bit shell-shocked, to be honest. I mean, the atmosphere was absolutely buzzing, wasn't it? And everyone was just like elated, and we thought, oh, it's great. And then 38 minutes, we're at it again. Lovely ball to Akins this time, who swerved through the defence and scored under the post. I thought he thoroughly deserved that after his nice break from the last try to actually get one himself afterwards. And I liked his little bull horns celebration afterwards as well. That were quite good. So yeah, that took us obviously up to half time on that one, because that was converted as well. So half time, 24-0. What were you thinking, Alan?
I was thinking, wow, what have I just witnessed? Definitely not the game I was expecting, but loving every minute of it.
Yeah, exactly. I think everyone, I mean, I'd looked at kind of predictions beforehand, and I think even like us, when we were saying as performance against Hull, we were kind of encouraged, and me being pessimist and stuff, I were kind of thinking Catalan will probably win, or 2 points up, or that, like, just small margins, and you were kind of the same the other way. I don't think that any Bulls fan you'd have asked before that would have predicted that it'd have been 24-0 at half time. I genuinely don't think anyone would have said that. And if you did, then yeah, you need to be like putting bets on, don't you? Because you'll be cashing out. Because I don't think any of the pundits had been saying that either. But yeah, what a half of rugby! It was absolutely brilliant. Like I say, absolutely great welcome back to Osdal, want it for the Super League Bulls. So I just remember saying like it was brilliant. I was really enjoying it, and I'm like, we just need to keep it up in the second half.
Yes, so about that. So the second half came along and it was actually a bit of a shaky start. Ethan Ryan had a brain fart, if I'm allowed to say that.
We were saying that. We said absolute, well, I suppose we could say brain explosion if you want the cleaned up version, but we were just like, what is he doing? I remember we're all just like, he just like threw the ball. Obviously, anyone who's seen it on the highlights who were there, I think everyone, there were just like a collective groan as in like, no, what are you doing?
On about a 10 metre, maybe 20 metres.
Just threw it back. It was just loose. Catalan player picks it up, dots it down. You're just like, oh. And then obviously they convert. 24-6 at that point. But yeah, just a bit of a coach killer, that one, I think. And it was definitely a momentum switch at that point, I think. So it kind of seemed to be all Catalan attack at that point.
So, lots of pressure from the Dragons, and then we have a kick on the last, fumbled by the Bulls, and the Dragons scored again on 54 minutes. But they did miss the conversion, so that took it to just 24-10.
Yeah, I think that kind of got one of the biggest cheers at night as well when that conversion didn't go over as well. It's obviously, with the kind of deficit they were in, it made them harder to catch up. But there was a lot of pressure. I mean, they were given an opportunity when we kicked out on the full following that as well. So that was another why?
You think it was just really windy on the pitch or something?
Maybe it was, or maybe, like I say, I think I've said before, and you just see the momentum shifts, and for that patch in the game, it was kind of all Catalan attack and things just not going quite our way. Like you say, the Ethan Ryan brain explosion, knocking the ball on from the score, kicking out on the full. It was just kind of a bit of a
mistake after
patchy,
mistake.
Bit of a rough patch in the game. But we did weather the storm, though. That's the really positive part of it. We defended, and we didn't obviously let the Dragons in again. But then at 59 minutes, we think we're in for another offload from Ryan to Masters to score, but it was pulled back for tackle being completed. This is when I was absolutely baffled because I've not been aware of these new rules. If anybody else knows about them or wants to talk to, like, obviously give us a comment to let us know. But as far as I were aware, if you give the try on the field, the try is given. You can say try or no try and go to the video referee to ask their opinion and give your opinion, then they overrule it or kind of decide which by the video coverage. But I've never known the try actually be blown and given. They're there ready to convert, and then it comes back saying you can't have it. Look, it's fair enough. Like, we watched the replay ourselves. His ball carrying arm hit the floor. It shouldn't have been a try. It was the correct decision. But I've just never seen that before. And obviously I've not seen it in previous seasons. It must be a new rule that's come in. I know my nephew were kind of saying it's something that's come from the NRL, but I'd probably have to have a read of the rule book to see about that one, because it's not something I was aware of. So it's like every time a try is given now,
automatically reviewed.
Yeah, we were just kind of, after that, it's like you kind of look at screen then and think, oh, is it given? It's like, I feel like the referee's a bit pointless for the try given at the end. It might be, if you're ever over at line, just don't bother with referee and go straight to video referee. It's a bit strange, but it is what it is, and like I say, at the end of the day, it was the correct call.
So we get to 62 minutes, and a kick in the corner is palmed back by Ryan to Wacker, who is over again. Brilliant score, that one. But unfortunately, obviously, due to the fact that the kick is right on the touch line, it's a tricky one, and it goes wide.
Yeah, so it's 28-10 at that point. And then 67 minutes, we had another chance when Masters goes over. But again, it goes to the video ref, and this time judge does a double movement, which again was right. So no try given. So it ended up 28-10. So yeah, what a match. Like I say, really, really well-deserved win. And like I say, with the injuries we had as well, I think all the players that kind of stepped in took their opportunity. I found it really encouraging to see that the only tries scored by the Dragons came off the back of our mistakes. Yeah. Like, we had the ball in hand and something happened, as it, like say, the brain explosion or the drop ball. for Catalan to capitalise on. They never actually penetrated our defensive line. Like that's like a massive positive, I think, from our point of view.
Yeah.
Like they did make breaks and they did like get like efforts to try and go in and stuff, but it's just a massive effort in defence to stop them getting through, which I thought was brilliant. And it kind of the energy kept up for the whole match, and I thought we definitely kept with them and just kept repelling it, which were brilliant. I mean, one, it looked like a certain trying corner, and like Connor Wynn just like bundled him into touch. That were brilliant. So yeah, I think massive effort overall. We're really pleased with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, like possibly a little bit soured overall by the second half tries, but totally blown away by the first half, and as you say, good defensive effort in the second half. So really pleased with that.
Yeah, it would definitely one of those matches where obviously the first half was a lot better than the second half. But like I say, having said that, if you look at the defence, the second half was good. The fact that obviously they only scored off our mistakes. So if we clean the mistakes up, keep the defence as it is. And like we've said, obviously through the kind of match review there were two other opportunities that we could have scored as well. Yeah. So if they'd have actually come off, like you're just talking an arm movement basically on both of those tries.
So yeah,
the scoreline could have been even further out. Like there was more opportunities with us getting over the line than there were for Catalan getting over the line. So yeah, massive effort, and it were brilliant like return to Super League at Osdal, definitely. And I think people who've watched it on the telly as well, have seen like quite a lot on the social media and stuff, have been quite impressed with the Bulls' effort as well. I think it really well-deserved win, and brilliant.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see, if not the same size crowds, good crowds throughout the season.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. Speaking of, just before we came on air, I saw that they just tweeted out at the Bulls saying they're going to try for another like massive Sunday, so they're going to reduce the adult tickets to £10 a ticket and kids go free. So if
get yourself along,
thinking of coming back to watch it again, or you thought, I'm gutted I missed that, now it was so good, let's go, do it. But don't nick my car parking space. That was Sky's fault. That wasn't anyone else's fault. But yeah.
Man of the match and Hitman both go to Mellor, Joe Mellor.
I was saying during it match, I think I kept turning and saying like he were everywhere. I kept watching him. He were involved in everything. The offloads he were doing, the assists to tries, he were just all over. In the best sort of way. It is like having another halfback on the field. So having him as a ball playing 13 is just, I think it is a genius move, and I think it's working really well. When he got the smack to the face and I saw him bleeding, I was like, no, don't have like a HIA and fail and not come back on, because it really does make a difference. But Skur came close second on Hitman as well. I think he had a massively good game when he came on as well. Massive impact off the bench and making plenty of meters. It's well-deserved man of the match and Hitman from Mellor there. And like I say, well-deserved second place Hitman for Skur.
Great, and we had a good representation in the Super League Team of the Week as well, with Wacker Blake, Andy Ackers and Evan Skur all featuring.
Yeah, brilliant. Again, I just think to myself, it's just strange. Like if you think of like rewind a year ago, watching Championship, and we're sat here doing this podcast, being a bit upset about like losing to Barrow, like by whatever it was, that last minute try and stuff. And then now we're like, 3 players are in Super League Team of the Week. It just all seems a bit bizarre still, but I'm definitely not complaining. And then speaking of that as well, obviously Blake has also got joint top try scorer. I think there's after all the matches were played, there's 3, I think, joint at the top. But yeah, he's there. He's at the top, and obviously, like I say, it was also in the lead for the try of the week. So yeah, let's get that one over and get us winning more things.
Yeah. Obviously, early days for top try scorer, but
look, we'll take it, Alan. Like I say, even when you look at table, I'm like, if we're in that top half of table just for 2 weeks, we'll take it. So yeah. And massive congratulations to Ethan Ryan on his 100th Bulls game as a player that's Bradford born and bred, and obviously been through the Bradford Academy, played at a local Bradford club, all the rest of it. I think I saw on his Instagram and that I think it were a dream come true for him to get his 100th performance for the Bulls in that match back at Osdal on Super League and getting the win. So yeah, massive congratulations to him, and it's absolutely brilliant to have him back, definitely.
Yeah. So it wasn't just the running team in action this weekend. The wheelchair team played Hull, unfortunately lost 76-22, but the reserves had a brilliant win against Huddersfield, beating them 30 points to 6.
Yeah, the reserves match, they said that it was a really brilliant performance from the Bulls there, and I think they've actually posted the highlights out now as well on the Bulls social media channels, so I'm definitely going to give them a watch as well. And like I say, the wheelchair team were in action as well. I know that they're having a shirt presentation, I think it is this week, for the wheelchair team, and I think Mitch Suter and Iribe Doro are both attending that, so that'll be great. And obviously, like we said in our wheelchair special and stuff, we'll try and get a hold of the fixtures, try to go to a couple, and we'll definitely be looking at how they do that this season as well. Same as, like we say, we'll look at the other matches going on, so we'll follow the reserves and how they're doing. And speaking of, the women's team have not been in action yet, but the squad numbers have been announced, so they're ready to go for the season. And like I say, we'll keep an eye on those scores and matches too, and we'll have to keep an eye on the PDRL ones as well. So yeah, brilliant to see a lot of Bulls teams in action this week. And and then Sunday on to Toulouse.
Oh, great rival, you might say.
Yes, I know.
So, yeah, looking forward to this one. So, obviously, we know them well from some very painful games.
Yeah, look, they're doing good. Like, you've got to give credit where credit's due. They've got 2 from 2 wins and the second in the table at the minute. Toulouse, only behind Wigan, I think. And it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, I think when if we'd have done this review before last week's match, we'd have probably been like, this was the one we were more confident of winning than the one against Catalan, but I'm not so sure now. What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, you have a point, really. So, as you say, they're in top form at the moment. Second in the table, winning every week so far. Yeah. So it's going to be a tough one. And as I say, we have plenty of form against them, and not always good form.
Yeah, I'm hoping we break the trend. I think the key to it is, obviously, I know they've got quite a big forward pack and stuff, but we seem to be playing more expansive rugby now, which I think will be good for us against Toulouse this year. So it'll be a bit different to how things went last year. The only thing that the only person I think is going to be a massive threat is Ollie Ashall-Bull, and obviously he got man of the match, I think, in both the matches that they won, and he's so influential. Like, I think if you keep him quiet, we've got a really good chance of winning that game. I'm not saying one person makes a team, but he's just no matter what team he's playing for, he's just a brilliant rugby player, and you can see that. So he's definitely the one to watch and kind of keep an eye on. I'm sure it's not just me saying that. I think Kurt Haggett will be probably saying the same thing. But yeah, if we can kind of stop him breaking through, as well as obviously the other fastbacks as well, and keep the offloads to a minimum, I think we'll have a pretty good shot. And like I say, it's always been close against Catalan. They're kind of a similar team to what they were last year, but where much changed. So I expect a different game to last year, but I still think it'll be pretty close. Yeah,
well, having said that, though, I would say we've outperformed in both of our previous games, so maybe we can look forward to a good result.
Yeah. What are you thinking? What's your prediction?
I don't know.
See, the thing is like I say, I'm forever the pessimist. And because everything's just going so well, it's like, look, I know it sounds silly. It's two matches in. I know that. And obviously I'm not getting carried away. But the first one, we were so close to kind of winning it, and we kept with them. Obviously the second one, we're just like brilliant, and we've won. That I really want to believe that, this momentum is just going to keep going and we're going to get another win and we're going to perform well. And I think, I want to believe that we will, but I just feel like I'll be disappointed if I predict a win and it's not. But I feel like I'm gonna curse it here saying it, but I think we're gonna win.
Okay.
I think we're gonna win.
Well, I've just settled in my head on, I think it's gonna be 28 points to the Bulls, 29 points to Toulouse.
Right, okay. So opposite to usual, Alan, you're being more of the pessimist and it's me being... I mean, look, I shouldn't be, because obviously we should actually take into account the team it is and the fact that we always lose against Toulouse. But I'm also thinking in my mind as well, and I know this obviously don't make any sense because they have been performing really well and winning. Yeah. But obviously the team we've talked about with Toulouse in the past are ones that trying to like time waste a little bit. But obviously they're not going to get away with that with the quicker rucks. So is that going to disadvantage them a little bit? Obviously, the second, like last week against Cass, they were at home. They always perform better at home. Well, Cass were, no offence to Cass fans, but they were particularly bad. So I'm going to go 24-22 to the Bulls.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's still very close. So,
I feel like it's going to be close.
Yeah.
So let's just really hope that we're not sat here next week going, of course we were positive and thinking this, and even though you're thinking negative, but it's only like 1 point that it goes like the Catalan match but the other way and we're 24-0 down at halftime. But no, let's hope for the win. Let's be positive. I've been positive for a change. So obviously as always, do comment and let us know what your predictions are and what you think, and we do love it when you get in touch.
But now it's time for Bull or No Bull, where I believe you have prepared 3 statements for me, Laura, from which I have to pick one full statement.
That is true. I've been back to the usual kind of methodology, should I say, of picking my Bull or No Bull statements.
No random questions about French Rugby League?
No, I mean, it is about French Rugby League, because obviously we are playing Toulouse, and as I usually do, I go to do questions about the team we're playing, which this season would probably be a little bit different because most of the teams we're playing are different teams, but obviously we played Toulouse a lot, and I've probably done a few Toulouse Bulls or Bull or No Bulls because we've played them so many times.
Yeah.
But it is a Toulouse-based Bull or No Bull.
Okay.
So it's just some Toulouse facts for you here. So let's see how much you know your French Rugby League and see if you know it as much as I do, Alan. So first one is Toulouse Olympique was formed in 1938.
Right.
The second one is Toulouse have been in Super League twice. Once in the 2022 season and now this season. Then the third is the club is a 6-time winner of the French Rugby League Championship.
Oh, a good mix there of things. See, I'm not quite sure. Like, they definitely have had 2 seasons in Super League. I know that for a fact. But I don't know if that's their only 2 seasons. In terms of when they were formed, 1938? I mean, it's quite early, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility. And winning the French
Rugby League Championship 6 times.
No, I think I believe that one. So I think I'm going to say that they've been in Super League more than twice.
I can tell you that you're incorrect.
Oh.
You were correct with the club winning the French Rugby League Championship 6 times, but the Bull statement was actually that they were formed in 1938 because they were actually formed in 1937. So I were really cruel. Literally a year. Okay. And it was just because I thought to myself, you've probably just swatted up on Toulouse, and literally these are the first things that come up on Wikipedia.
Absolutely, I'm pretty sure I have read that.
It's not the best preparation, I will admit that, but it has been a busy week.
Yes.
But Toulouse have been in Super League twice, once in 2022 and obviously this season. So it was really good effort there, Alan, because I were a bit cruel there.
Yeah, I think so. But that's fine. But that brings us to the end of another episode of Talking Bullish. If you've enjoyed the show, or even if you haven't really, like and subscribe.
Yeah, please, like I say, more followers and more people commenting. It's good for us. Obviously, we love to sit here and chat about it, and it's good for the Bulls just to obviously get people talking about the Super League Bradford Bulls. So, let's look forward to Sunday when we take on Toulouse. It's the second of the French battles. We've managed to slay the Dragons. So, can we beat Toulouse? Can we actually beat Toulouse? That is the question. But hopefully so. Like I say, let's take my optimism of this week and let's run with that as we run with the Bulls.